Hey everybody, welcome to Top Rack Facts. Today, we're going to go over 10 hidden facts about blue jays. Blue jays aren't blue? Make sure to watch until number 1 to find out why. Number 10. Blue jays don't belong in your homes, but you can attract them. Blue jays live in wooded urban and suburban areas. These areas include parks, backyards, and forest edge habitats. Blue jays are often found near their preferred food sources, which are oak trees. Acorns are a major staple of their diet, and bird feeders. Blue jay inhabits deciduous, coniferous, and mixed forests, and lives close to human settlements. You can attract blue jays to your home in numerous ways. You can attract blue jays by putting out peanut and sunflower seeds and a platform-style bird feeder. If you're really ambitious and want them to be around by all means possible, you can plant oak, beech, and birch trees to provide blue jays with their favorite wild nuts and seeds. If you have a bird bath, keep it full of fresh water. Also, when blue jays are left in the wild, their life expectancy is at least 7 years. But that's only because of a lot of factors that increase their mortality, like diseases such as the West Nile virus and predation from hawks and other big birds. However, despite these factors, the population of blue jays in the wild is large and stable. When captured though, these birds can live for as long as 26 years. Number 9. Blue jays won't cheat. Well, isn't it a relief to know that blue jays are loyal birds? They won't cheat and break the hearts of their significant other because blue jays practice monogamous relationships. Once they're with a partner, they mate with them for life. Once the female blue jay chooses her mate, they typically become monogamous mates for life. Male blue jays also step up to the game by not being deadbeat fathers. Both males and females build the nest and rear the young. The male collects building materials like twigs, bark, roots, and moss, while female builds a cup-shaped nest in the trees. 2 to 7 bluish or brown eggs hatch after an incubation period of 16 to 18 days. While the female is sitting on her eggs, the male will feed and take care of her. The tight family bond doesn't end there. Once the eggs are hatched, the entire family will leave the nest and travel together once the young are around 17 to 21 days old. Mating season takes place from mid-March to July, and blue jays usually reach sexual maturity at the age of 1 year. They also express their feelings. Blue jays communicate their mood and feelings with the crest of feathers at the top of their head. When excited or agitated, the crest will rise. When relaxed, with family, and tending to nestlings, the crest will lay flat against their head. Number 8. Blue jays bathe in ants. Now that's something I bet you didn't know. Blue jays engage in something called anting. This anting entails blue jays spreading their wings, tucking their tail down, and proceeding to crush and rub ants on their feathers before eating them. Relax, there's a very sensible reason for it. Ants use formic acid as a weapon against predators such as blue jays. Formic acid makes ants bitter tasting, and birds don't like that. When a blue jay rubs an ant onto its feathers, it is purposely getting the formic acid on itself. The formic acid helps keep away bacteria, fungus, mites, and other small insects from the birds. And as a side bonus, after getting the formic acid on its feathers, the blue jay then proceeds to eat the sweet ants. It's a double win for the blue jays, so carry on bathing then. Number 7. Blue jays store things. Blue jays are known to hide and store all their favorite things. One of these things is the light-colored paint flakes on your wall. They collect these paint flakes because it contains calcium, which they need in their diet, particularly the females, for making strong eggshells for their young. If blue jays are behaving like woodpeckers and stealing paint from your house, you can stop them by putting out a supply of empty eggshells instead. I bet it will earn you their love and keep the paint on your walls too. Another thing they like to store is acorn seeds. They love acorns, and it's very normal of them to store up these acorn seeds for the winter season. But the funny thing is that they sometimes forget where they're stored, which is great for the environment because these acorns that are lost have the potential to grow into oak trees and create new forests. Their affection for acorns is what greatly helped the spread of oak trees after the last glacial period. Number 6. Blue jays have some brains on them. Blue jays might not be the smartest birds in the world, but they are much smarter than the average bird. They are members of the Corvidae family, which includes ravens and crows, both, and they are extremely intelligent. It definitely runs in the family. In fact, many scientists consider this Corvidae family of birds to be the smartest animals on Earth. For example, blue jays in captivity have been observed using tools to obtain food, such as dragging strips of newspaper to bring food close enough to reach, or manipulating locks on cages to escape. Also, many farmers observe them waiting until they are done planting to help themselves to a leisurely feast of seeds. Number 5. Blue jays are slow flyers. For a bird this elegant, aggressive, and big, you'd think they have major flying skills, but that isn't the case. Blue jays are considered slow flyers when compared to other bird species. Blue jays typically fly around 20 to 25 miles per hour. The blue jay has a wingspan of 13 to 17 inches, and although they seem to fly effortlessly with only the occasional wing flap, they are doing so quite leisurely. You can tell that they're generally really chill guys. Number 4. Blue jays are the life of the party. Trying to add some spice to your weekly parties? Well, then you should consider inviting a couple blue jays over. Haha, LOL. A jay was known as someone who people considered quite energetic and talkative, hence why they call these birds the blue jays. They tend to be loud, lively, and energetic. Blue jays are loud, boisterous birds that typically make a big entrance. So we shouldn't be surprised that a group of blue jays is often referred to as party or a band. The range of their vocalizations is extensive. Some sounds are delightful, while others can be loud and downright annoying. The complex vocalizations aren't just for noise though. It is used to warn other birds of predators. Blue jays communicate via loud screams and high-pitched calls. They are able to imitate the sound of hawks, cats, and humans to tell what predator is coming, so the other animals know where to hide. They also use this hawk-like sound to check if there is any hawk in the area, as the hawks would generally reply to the blue jay's mimic. But they don't just warn others of trouble. They also make loud-pitched calls to alert other blue jays that there's food around. Number 3. Blue jays set the alarm. One of the main predators for the blue jay, along with many other birds, is the red-shouldered hawk. Jays are so smart that they can imitate the sound of hawks when they are spotted. This early alert protects many other birds from becoming lunch. However, blue jays can sometimes use this to their advantage. For example, they will make hawk sounds even when none are present. The outcome? Other birds fly away, leaving the blue jay first in line to eat. It's like when people tell everyone they're giving away free iPhones in the lobby just so they can jump in a huge line in the Apple Store. Hashtag not sponsored. Number 2. Male and female blue jays look the same. This is pretty rare in the birding world and is called sexual monomorphism. Most species of birds have males and females that look very different from each other, which is referred to as sexual dimorphism. But for blue jays, since their plumage is the same, it is challenging to tell sexes apart. You can tell the difference by looking at some things like their sizes. Males are usually larger than females, with male blue jays reaching up to 9 to 12 inches in length and 2.5 to 3.5 ounces of weight. Also, their mating and courting behaviors give them away. Blue jays are often seen in courtship groups, which are usually 3 to 10 birds. In these groups, a single female blue jay determines the behavior of the surrounding males. For example, if a female begins to fly, the males follow. When the female lands, the group of males also land. Last but not least, our number one hidden fact about blue jays is that blue jays aren't blue. So much for having blue in their name. Although blue jays appear blue, it is just a trick of the light and not really their color. If you crush the feather in a blue jay's wing, the powder will be brown. Blue jays and all bluebirds use a trick called light scattering. Basically, when visible light strikes the feathers, all of the colors pass through the feather except blue. The blue color is reflected, so your eyes will see blue. Blue jays have successfully deceived us, but now we know the truth. You're welcome. And with that shocker, we've come to the end of this video. If you've enjoyed the video, don't forget to give us a thumbs up down below. Also, comment down below which of these shocked you the most and if we left anything out. Don't hesitate to share it with us. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss more videos of interesting facts about animals and much more. Check out this playlist of my top videos of what's trending, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching, and take care.